concussion in Game 2. He was at shoot-around in Portland, however, today. Tip-off is set for 9:30. That game will be televised on Prime Video. By the way, Game 4 will be Sunday at 2:30.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Friday, guess what, y'all? We've made it. The weekend is in sight. Happy you're spending a little time with us here on the Blitz on this Friday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And, boy, what a night last night all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, great night at Taste of the North Side and, walking around, incredible food, incredible drinks, and watching the draft on the phone. We didn't miss a thing last night on this Fiesta Friday. Although if you're watching on YouTube, you might think our cameras were there and they're a little drunk, a little sideways.
A little bit.
I mean, why not? It's a Fiesta Friday. We'll rock and roll with it. You can watch. Go to sasportstar.com, click in through the YouTube because we got Wemby watch, and of course, the Cowboys taking 2 guys in the first round, which honestly surprises me.
Well, surprises me too. But I tell you what. Now I'll be honest with you. I don't know a lot about their second first round draft pick in Malachi Lawrence, but the first one, Caleb Downs. I think the Cowboys may have gotten the best player in the draft, or certainly one of them.
One of them for sure. And all the debate, all the different mock drafts. And Caleb Downs ends up falling to the Dallas Cowboys. And granted, the Cowboys did have to move up a spot to be able to get him, to ensure that they were going to get Caleb Downs when the New York Giants didn't. Because that might have been the bigger surprise. The Giants could have, and they didn't.
And they're getting hammered by their fans, from what I can see, for not taking Caleb Downs.
I mean, I get it. Everybody, the Cowboys have drafted a couple of offensive linemen. It's about as unsexy as it gets, but it's probably smart by Joe, and I appreciate Joe Shane doing that for the Cowboys, because Caleb Downs is one of those guys that we talked about move up and go get him. Whether it was the 6 or the 9, if he's available, you go get him. Him or Sonny Styles were probably the 2 names most linked to the Dallas Cowboys.
And I think either one of those would have been good, but I love the Caleb Downs pick, and I think the Cowboys, they hit a home run with that. Again, Malachi Lawrence, the jury's out for me because, quite frankly, honestly, I just don't know a lot about him. I've watched a lot of video on him this morning, and obviously he's a good player, but I just don't know a lot about him. So he's going to be a guy that we're going to have to continue to watch through the OTAs, training camp, and all of that, and see what he looks like. But I think Caleb Downs is going to be a guy that the Cowboys are going to love, and I think Cowboy fans are going to love this guy just by the way he plays. He just dogs wide receivers. He can hit, and he's good against the run. So all of those things are good news for the Cowboys.
Caleb Downs is your home run. Malachi Lawrence is a question. And a part of that is where he went to school. But he was one of those fast risers, all his workouts, all his combine stuff. Teams, are they interested? Are they not? Was he going to be a day 2 guy? I think it was Saban that said that. Well, he was going to be a day 2 sleeper.
Yep.
And again, you hear that and you go, did they reach? But still sleeper. And I think a big part of that is he was at Central Florida. And a lot of those really good players at a school like Central Florida are going to go cash in at a Georgia or a Bama. And he was at Central Florida. But I've seen some of the experts, Cowboys getting an A for that pick. So, and quite frankly, grading drafts is dumb because we won't know for 4 years. But your instant reaction, Caleb Downs, grand slam. Malachi Lawrence? Huh?
Lawrence, yep. That was a surprise. It's going to be interesting because Will McClay is going to join us here on the Blitz coming up And we're going to ask him that. Why Lawrence? What was it about Lawrence that caught the Cowboys' eye, and why they went with him? I mean, there were some other guys out there, and quite frankly, when they drafted Lawrence at 23, I'm like, who? What?
Well, yeah.
I mean, you're like that, and it's so. But they obviously know something that we don't, and we'll see what happens.
And again,
he's not from Michigan, all right?
Well,
that's good.
See, there's that. But at the same time, though, did they go best player available that also fills a need? Because I mean, I'm still wondering who's going to be the linebacker. And again, that could still be a trade with Miami.
Could be.
But in reality, another edge rusher, and that's what this guy's supposed to be really good at. And at Caleb Downs, not often you see the Cowboys and winners in all the headlines when it comes to draft, but that's what you're getting all over the place. And a big part of that, obviously, is Caleb Downs.
All right, I got a poll question. I'm going to put Pledge to work.
All right.
Because you and I were debating this in the office before the show today.
Uh-oh.
Was the Micah Parsons trade, as we see it now, worth it? Are you happy, Cowboy fans, that trade happened with what the Cowboys have gone out and done since trading Micah Parsons away? Yes or no? I'm absolutely thrilled, but I was thrilled before.
That's it.
Executive of the Year.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Huh.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As mentioned, Will McClay coming up at 2:30. The other big story today, Wemby watch. It continues. He might still be on the basketball court going through an exertion test.
Yeah, that's part of the protocol, we understand. But from the reporters that are there, and it was Michael C. Wright that tweeted this out, I guess it was Dylan Harper and Luke Cornett that met with the media this afternoon. As soon as those interviews were done, they got the media the hell out of there because they wanted to put Wemby through the exertion, is what they're calling it, process of concussion protocol.
So he was on the court today. There's video of him with the basketball in his hand. And then Jeff McDonald tweeted out, Vic just jogged past us to the locker room, then jogged back to the court. That's your update so far. And that was at 1:20, so about 40 minutes ago. And that was because they, moved everybody out. And so this exertion test, which is part of the protocol, it's interesting in the sense of, man, I'm feeling more and more like he's going to go tonight. And part of that, he's listed as questionable, not doubtful, not out. He's going through all these tests. And if he's at that point of, can you exert yourself and not throw up or get dizzy, then is that the final step?
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what the results are and what the NBA says, because Mitch Johnson told us yesterday it's really not up to the Spurs. This is up to the NBA.
No, but if it just feels like he's far along in this process, and like you were saying yesterday, you wouldn't even worry about Game 3, just get to Game 4, but it certainly feels like whether it's Wemby pushing, the team pushing, a combination of both, we all know Vic wants to play, but it's just kind of this much activity isn't just so. I don't know. I just feel like they wouldn't be going through all these processes so public if there wasn't an opportunity to see him playing tonight. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see. Again, I'm being cautious. I wouldn't play him tonight. Why take the chance and do that? I heard there was sound all over the place from the Trailblazers. Their plan is to, again, be even more physical than they were in Game 2. If there's any chance at all, I'm throwing caution. I'm being cautious on this thing. Now, the Spurs will do whatever the NBA says they're allowed to do, and if Victor can play, I'm sure he'll play. But I wouldn't even worry about it. I would sit Victor tonight and get him ready for Sunday. If he's this close, and look, it was last night, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock was the 48-hour period. I I don't know. Obviously, if he's okay to play and cleared to play, he's going to play.
Well, that's it. And, you always look for, signs here and there. Right now, you look at the line, and the line says Vic isn't playing. San Antonio now 2.5-point favorites tonight, where yesterday it was 1.5. But you got to figure if Vic is playing, if Vegas thinks Vic is playing, that line would be closer to 7 or 8.
Well, absolutely, and they just don't know. And I promise you, as soon as we know something, if you haven't bet that game already, then that line is going to shoot up if Victor is going to play tonight. So, again, I would still be surprised if he plays, but who knows? We'll see. In fact, I'm going to be shocked. If he plays. Shocked. Absolutely, I'll be shocked. I don't know. What do y'all think? I mean, am I just being a little grandma here and being too cautious? Or is there anybody out there that feels the way I do? Why even take the chance?
A little grandma?
Whatever. I mean, why even take the chance? Sit the man down and make sure he's...
Dude, I need that little grandma to rub an egg on his head.
Well, I'm
what
sure
are you talking about?
There have been a lot of grandmas doing that, lighting the candles and all of that kind of stuff. But I don't know. That's just my feeling, and I'm going to stick with it. How about that? Let's talk some Cowboys draft. You want to do that?
Yep.
Good night again. We talked about it a little bit, but a lot of things going on behind the scenes and stuff that maybe you didn't hear or get a chance to find on the internet today. But we have some secret recordings of what happened. So we will see when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is a Fiesta Friday, big Fiesta weekend on tap. And, everybody's going for a good time. Some of you are going to get arrested. It happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons, especially this time of year in San Antonio. So if you find yourself getting arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way for you to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. Whether it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, somebody you know gets arrested, your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, leaving any Fiesta event, remember the number for license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or online at mybestbailbonds.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Individual results may vary.
Right now, I have 24 different units. I think that's 15 separate properties. I trust Ownwell with all my properties. I trust them to fight for me with the appraisal district as best as they can, and they've done a very good job. Ownwell is making my life more efficient, making me a better landlord. Using Ownwell, I've saved on average about $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be reduced. Ownwell combines savvy technology and deep local expertise to save real estate owners real money. Want to see how much Ownwell can save you on your property taxes? Just enter an address and see your tax savings estimate. See how much you can save with Ownwell right now. Text SAVE to 64,000. Text SAVE to 64,000. That's SAVE to 64,000.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains April 24th through the 27th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the draft has come and gone. How are the Cowboys looking?
The NBA playoffs continue. Where are the Spurs sitting? They looking up or down at Portland? We'll cover the Wemby watch and everything else. Going to be a great weekend. Monday's going to be better. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Man, on a big Friday, lots taking place. Of course, we had the first round of the draft last night. We've got the Wemby watch continuing. Spurs and Blazers in action in Portland tonight in a big game 3 in this first round best of 7 set. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And we're going to be weaving in and out of Spurs, Blazers, Wemby, and NFL draft, Cowboys. Texans got an offensive lineman. He's nasty.
Is he nasty?
I don't know. That's what Pledge told us.
That's what Pledge said. He's nasty?
He's nasty.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
A rambling wreck.
Yellow jacket.
Whatever. You never heard that? The rambling wreck of Georgia Tech? Come on.
Okay, Grandma.
I'm just saying. Hey, I want to wrap a blanket around Wemby, give him a nice cup of hot cocoa, and have him sit and watch the game tonight.
What do you guys want Wemby to do? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Bill, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, hi, guys. I got to vote with Joe. The Spurs beat Portland 2 out of 3 this year without Wemby. And going down 2-1 against this team is not the end of the world. So I think they ought to play it cautious, like Joe said.
You're a smart man, Bill.
I know. I pride myself.
Well,
all right, Grandma. You're all going to be in the grandma bucket if he can play and he's cleared by NBA doctors. Don't you want him to go play?
No, I don't.
Well, the only exception I would make is maybe 10 minutes a half or something.
All right,
limited restriction.
Minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
And I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Bill. It's the playoffs. If this were, a January, February game, I don't know that you would see him going through this part of the protocol on a game day. They would be overly cautious. But this is the playoffs, and that Portland team that the Spurs beat a couple of times without Wemby, I don't know is the same Portland team that we're seeing in this postseason. They were playing their best basketball towards the end of the regular season. They fought like hell to get into the play-in, and then they rallied and beat Phoenix to earn the actual playoff spot. And they're scrappy, and they say they're going to be more physical tonight in throughout the series. And for whatever reason, feels like Scoot Henderson's 2 best NBA games have been games 1 and 2. Ask Knicks fans, man, being down 2-1 sucks, even if you think you're going to come back and win a series. And they should. I'm with you. If Wemby wasn't able to play, I'm still confident that the Spurs are going to get to the second round. But if the NBA docs say he's clear, he's going to play.
All I know is you need a split. You need a split in Portland. That's it. And you can certainly get that. And I understand where you're going with that. If Portland, if he plays, they're going to go after him. They're going to.
Well, but they're not going to elbow him in the forehead.
Well, they can't reach that. Well, I agree with it. They didn't elbow him in the forehead here. It was Drew Holiday pulling the chair out from under him.
If it were an ankle or a knee or something like that, and granted, it's a no-see-him injury, but it's not like he's going to get worse by playing, and that's.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. What if he gets hit in the head again? What if he falls down on his face again? There's all kinds of things that could happen.
Well, true. I mean, he might bump his head on the door of the locker room.
That could very well be. He could knock his head on the rim going up for a dunk. I'm just saying, I would be cautious. If he's cleared to play, he's going to play. So I really have nothing to say about it. I'm just saying if I had something to say about it, it wouldn't even be a discussion. He would not play tonight. I mean, it's been a little over 48 hours since this man planted his face into the floor at the Frost Bank Center and went night-night for about 5 seconds. And so I would not play the man. That's all I'm saying. If he's cleared, I'm sure he's going to be out there playing.
When we get an update, we'll pass it along.
Yes, we will.
And one thing to watch, the line. Because if you see that line jump up, now, ESPN still has it at 2.5. But if you see it get to a touchdown or so, then chances are Vegas has heard Wemby is playing.
A touchdown. It's already moved up a point. So, obviously, the money right now is going to the Spurs. It was 1.5 yesterday, 2.5 today. So, we'll see where that thing goes.
The Cowboys get Caleb Downs in the draft yesterday. And the draft went about the way half our audience yesterday predicted. Because on our poll question yesterday through YouTube, which you can access through sasportstar.com, trade up and get your guy or stay where you are and use both picks. That was well over 50% between those two. And the Cowboys moved up a little. And they moved back a little, but they got their guy in Caleb Downs. He was able to fall to them, so they didn't have to give up a ton, obviously, to get to 6 or get to 9. But I'm still surprised that they actually utilized both first-round picks.
I'm pretty shocked at that, too, and maybe that's because they don't have a second-round pick coming up. They do have a third-round pick, so we will hear from the Cowboys tonight at some point, but no second-round pick for the Cowboys, and maybe that's what they thought. Because you could see a scenario, Jason, that if they did have a second-round pick, I think that Malachi Lawrence probably is a second-round pick. Who knows, but they got who they wanted, and they're happy with it, and it seems to be that most so-called experts are pretty happy with the Cowboys draft on day one as well.
Well, I know Jerry is thrilled, and a lot of things he likes about Caleb Downs.
Very much. I've been brainwashed over how bad we need a nickel around here this whole spring and summer. So really have, and it is a big thing for us. And we had looked for combinations, as I said earlier. Was it going to be a corner nickel or was it going to be a safety nickel? We didn't know it was going to be quarterback of the defense nickel, and that's what you got here. And so that's what had us all on our feet when it got close. Is my goodness, look what we can, as Shotty just outlined, what it can be. But Will, I don't think it's out of bounds at all to say, boy, we went into this thing nickel-oriented this time on terms of. I'm going to say my past and looking at cover corners or looking at safeties or safeties at free safeties, strongs, all of that. This was one that really puts a premium on the fact that we feel very good about what he does for us at that spot. And these guys are making that a cornerstone of the. Had it right up there with pressure player. Right there with pressure players when it came to, okay, guys, let's position rate them, which would be the biggest impact.
Well, it's interesting because I don't think the Cowboys ever thought that Downs would drop all the way as far as he did. I mean, I think they thought he would be gone. I thought he would be gone before that. So it's funny because all these mock drafts, all the things that you talk about, and you just never know where guys are going to fall and who's going to take what and who values a player more than somebody else.
Well, it's like Ruben Bain falling to 15.
Yeah, absolutely.
To me, that was a bit of a surprise. And again, you look at in the NFC East, right? Sonny Styles ends up at Washington. Reese ends up with the New York Giants. And now you've got Caleb Downs with the Cowboys. The Giants had the 10th pick. Malik Neighbors, he was doing a live podcast, and I think this guy speaks for all New York Giants fans when they took an offensive lineman.
Bro. Carefully. He looked like me on draft day last year.
He does.
Hey, I'm glad I'm out that division, bro. I'm glad I'm out that division, bro.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure you are, Micah Parsons.
Play against him. Oh, my God.
And the fact that it's like the very next pick. Like you guys were up on the clock. And
I even told him, I said, I'm coming to get you. Hey, bro, you know what?
Caleb Downs the pick, how does this make you feel that he's going to be on the Cowboys?
I got to play against this thing again.
You call him a thing. He's so good, he's a thing.
Bro, he's good, but he's very good. He's very good. He's very good. We all got him number one. He's very good.
Wow, that's pretty high praise coming from Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, huge.
I don't know what the Giants were thinking. Obviously, John Harbaugh thought they needed an offensive lineman more so than a defensive, what could be a superstar. But that's what they thought. They passed on him, and it's fortunate for the Cowboys.
It really is. And again, I mean, you've got a quarterback in New York that likes to run the ball, and they got a Cam Scatterboo, so somebody's got to be able to block. I mean, that wasn't a bad pick. It was just surprising, and and it worked out well for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, they did use the 2 picks yesterday. Now, right at the end of the show yesterday, or close to in the last hour, we got the George Pickens news that he was signing his tag. So obviously the rumor mill started that the Cowboys were working on a trade, and Pickens signing it then allows them to make that trade. And, well, he's still a member of the Dallas Cowboys. One of the things Stephen Jones said yesterday, last night after they made the Caleb Downs pick when they were doing their press conference, is that George Pickens isn't going anywhere.
Nothing. We have no intention of moving George. It obviously, in our mind, we're fired up about it, that he's ready to come in here and sign his tender. And in our mind, that means go to work. Now, we'll see. And but no, so far everything's been outstanding. Our communication with George, Coach Schottenheimer, Jerry, our communication with David Mulligetta has been very cordial and upbeat. So we've got every reason in the world to believe that, hopefully he's ready to go to work. And but we have zero intention of moving George Pickens.
Well, that's interesting.
Liar. It is lying season.
Well, it is. It's lying season. Look, if somebody calls and says, "Hey, we'll give you this," and yeah, you're exactly right. So I don't know, but that soundbite. I mean, he sounded pretty adamant that they have no intention of trading George Pickens.
Although your intentions can change.
Well, sure they can.
But the timing of it was certainly interesting. And after what Steven said in the pre-draft press conference, kind of felt like, all right, the divorce is coming. We're not going to negotiate. And now, based on what we know right now, George Pickens is going to sign that thing or did sign it. And now he's got to come to work.
Yeah, he's got to come to work now.
If he doesn't show up for the offseason stuff, he can get fined now because once he signs that, you've got to go to work.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously he doesn't have to show up for the voluntary stuff, but when it becomes mandatory, yeah, he's got to be there, or there will be fines involved. What went into last night's draft? That's the question. How do teams like the Dallas Cowboys get to where the Cowboys got last night with Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence? Let's go right to the top. Well, kind of to the top. Third from the top, perhaps.
The highest ranking not named Jones.
Will McClay joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing on San Pedro. And not just a logo on gear, any kind of promotional items, because Sam has a sign shop that can do signs, banners, flags, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. And, of course, you need your logo on any kind of shirt, a golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt. Go see Sam. He's got all the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Adidas, Sport Authority, even Tommy Bahama. Need that logo on a hat? Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America. Need t-shirts screen printed? Sam will get you taken care of. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, certainly no order too small, and Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs, and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly.
Zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Back here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Big night for the Dallas Cowboys last night. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
And you said it, a big night for the Dallas Cowboys. What looks like a couple of home runs. The guy at the plate, Will McClay.
There was a guy that was NFS service we used that had another. Who was the assistant college director and said, "Hey, come in and see this guy." And so Chris went to see him and called me. And in November, I started making a tape on my own. And so we had a feeling about him at that time, his ability, and he's continued to grow throughout the process in our eyes. When you meet with him and you find out what he's all about, he does all the testing. And then when you study the tape and the traits that he has that make really productive pass rushers in this league, he had all to the roster. And, in a first-round pick, it gives you the ability to have the player for 5 years over 4 and premium positions. All those things kind of go into your mindset as you're making the pick.
Will, when it comes to Malachi, I'm not sure, and you would obviously be able to tell us more so than I would know, how other teams felt about this young man. It seemed like, I don't know, he came out of nowhere as far as I'm concerned. Was that the case, or were there some other teams that had some interest in him?
Oh, momentum was building for him throughout the draft process. Again, it's one of those deals where typically, when you look at the college football nowadays with NIL, players typically will leave the smaller colleges at some point in time and go earn some money NIL. Those mid-level colleges tend to lose those players. Those players leave. So you don't expect to find that talent there. Well, that's the work of our scouts did it and popped up, and then people started to see it and recognize his ability. That's kind of how it happens. But I when talking to other teams after we drafted him, I got 4 texts from different guys saying, "You took our guy." So felt really good about that too.
Absolutely, that makes you feel good, Will. And I saw some of the quote-unquote experts saying that he would be a day 2 sleeper kind of player. With the lack of picks that you have today, did that help you say, you know what, we're going to get this guy here, move back, and he's still going to be there?
That was part of it. And if we didn't get him, you're looking for, that was our target. But then you have, we had another clump of guys that we were looking at for the right value, and he fit in that, and he was a target, and it was, it fell to us right there, and it worked out.
Will, I'm curious now, you addressed the defense in the first round, obviously with a couple of good players that you guys feel really good about. What do you guys look to now for the remainder of the draft? Is it more defense, or is it best players available at this point?
It's best players available. The objective is to, we want to add good players. We have to add new pieces to the defense. And, with a new coordinator and a new style that we're doing, we have pieces, but we're always continuing to add. And it's not only the draft, it'll be after the draft. There'll be opportunities to improve your team. And I think one of the things that we've done here recently is looked at those and realizing that we want to, play on that last Sunday of the NFL season. So we got to get enough good people to help us get there top to bottom on the roster.
You mentioned the new coordinator there. I imagine Christian Parker might be one of the happiest people in that building today. I'm curious, did he bring you a box of donuts or anything to say thank you this morning?
No, but he was he told Coach Shoddy yesterday after we picked the 2 players that he would now officially buy a house in Dallas because since he's been hired, he's been living in a hotel and stuff, and he's like, I'm waiting to buy. So he's now going to buy a house. But he's a unique individual from a standpoint of the detail, the recall, the ability to explain what he's looking for and how he's looking for it. And he has this deal where he sends pictures of players to manifest in your mind. So the 3-4 days leading up to the draft, I'd wake up in the morning and there would be a picture of, of Caleb, of Malachi, of different guys, and he would just kind of drop those and not even leave a little text message or anything. He would just leave the pictures to make sure I was thinking about it when I woke up.
Well, I know you guys are excited. I saw you in the war room last night after the pick was made for Caleb Downs, and I don't recall, and I'm probably missing something, but I don't recall a room being that excited. Everybody just high-fiving and congratulating each other.
Yeah, I mean, it was like when you feel like you find a piece that can help gets you to where you want to go, and there's all the boxes are checked, and you feel very, very fortunate to get him. And that was the culmination of a lot of hard work, a lot of prayers, and just being fortunate. The football guys signed on us to be able to get this, and excited to get him in the building.
Absolutely. Again, there's always the celebration, but yesterday it felt a little bit more.
It did.
It felt more. So, Will, what pictures did you wake up to this morning?
He's gotten two, so he sprinkled a couple more. I can't tell you. There should be surprises in there.
Or is Shoddy now sending you pictures too, saying, "Hey, don't forget about the offense"?
No, Shoddy's a little more literal. He's just going to come in my office and say, "Hey, forget about this," and so we'll have discussions about it. And I'm excited about the way that the whole process has worked, with the input from the coaches, the input from the scouts, the ownership listening to it, and us collectively figuring out the right values and the right process and step to go, led by Jerry. I mean, Jerry's listening to everything. He's going to make the final call, but he's taken everything into account, and it's from the work that everybody's done so far.
Will, you've done this a long time for the Dallas Cowboys. Is this your favorite time of year?
No, post-draft is my favorite time of year because I might get to sleep for a little bit. But I do love this process of learning about the players, about working with the people that I'm involved with in the organization, and we're all on the same page and we're all in the boat together, so we share in the responsibility, and I think that's the best part about this process to me.
And, Will, I know it's a busy day 2 of the draft after last night's first round, which I know you probably didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but I got to ask you, Will, Wednesday during the pre-draft press conference, and former President Bill Clinton walks in, and Jerry damn near falls right behind you. How scared were you when you saw Jerry Jones kind of tumbling behind you?
It was a little bit harrowing, a little bit, and it was right behind my chair. I was wondering what I did, and so I just wanted to make sure that I could help him in case he fell. But Jerry's a graceful athlete, even at his age. So that contact balance was really, really good, and I was surprised, man. He used some upper body strength to hold himself up and to go shake the president's hand all in one motion. So that's smooth athleticism. That
was incredible. I'm telling you, I don't know if he tripped over the back of whose chair or who got, but that could have been awful. The fact that it's not weekend now, are you giving him any business about his gracefulness?
No, I'm not giving him any business. I'm asking him who his trainer is to help me when I get that age.
Well, it's Jerry Jones. I just think, he just keeps going and going and going.
That's absolutely right.
Have a good rest of the draft. Will, appreciate you jumping on with us this afternoon down here in San Antonio.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Appreciate it. Will McClay, Cowboys Vice President of Player Personnel, here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control rental.
It's just interesting hearing kind of the behind-the-scenes stuff and how they get come to the conclusions that they do and move up to where they want to be. And I love hearing stuff like that. Appreciate Will McClay coming on and joining us here on the Blitz.
Did he just kind of admit to maybe a reach a little bit there with Malachi Lawrence? Because last night during the broadcast, was it Nick Saban saying, "Hey, man, commercial break, hot mic, if you will."
NFL Draft on ABC is presented by Heinz. It has to be Heinz.
Wow, this is a reach.
Back here in Pittsburgh, outside Acrisure Stadium. First night for the 2026 NFL Draft. Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Desmond Howard, and Nick Saban with you. Molly McGrath in the green room. Field Yates, Pete Thamel, Stanford Steve Coughlin, all here covering the opening night. The Dallas Cowboys picked Caleb Downs from Ohio State with the 11th overall pick. And now, how about them Cowboys? Back on the clock, and the pick is in. Here comes the commissioner.
With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Malachi Lawrence, defensive end, University of Central Florida.
Malachi Lawrence.
Interesting. Yeah, well, obviously Nick Saban thought it was a reach.
Yeah.
NFL Draft on ABC is presented by Heinz. It has to be Heinz.
Wow, this is a reach.
Maybe he would know. But again, you got to look at it a couple of ways. And maybe it was a reach, but the Cowboys don't have a second-round pick. And if this is really a guy they wanted and liked, you got to take him when you can take him.
Historically, there's roughly 15 guys that get a first-round grade. Obviously, there's a lot more than that are selected in the first round. And if that's a player that they liked, if he was next on the board, it's not like they were going to get him in the second round or they weren't willing to risk him not being there. But it kind of sounded like, well, yeah, maybe a little bit because they don't have a second-round pick. They did move back a couple of spots in that weird trade with Philadelphia. Although, let's talk about the first pick, Caleb Downs. He is stepping up to the podium now. Let's listen in to his introductory press conference.
I always said as a kid, it's somewhere with no income tax. So this made that list. And when I took my my formals, I knew it was. The funny thing is we didn't actually get a chance to do a formal, even though we were scheduled for one. Scheduling mishap happened. So I got a chance to meet Coach Ryan and felt a genuine connection there and continued at Pro Day. And when I came here for my 30 visit, I had a great feeling and vibe around meeting everybody. So I would say, yeah, I knew there was a big interest and felt it was a good opportunity for me.
It's the Caleb Downs introductory press conference live here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Certainly you're a safety, but can you talk about your ability to do it all, play back in the safety as well as playing the slot?
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you watch my career, I've played in a lot of different positions, show a lot of versatility in different ways. So, yeah, I feel confident in my abilities to play wherever they need me to. If that's nickel in the slot, then that's what I'm going to do at a high level.
Caleb, Todd Archer with ESPN. Has anybody brought up Darren Woodson's name to you yet? Are you familiar with who he is here in Cowboy history?
Yeah, I would say not necessarily too much, but definitely looking forward to learning more.
When you got here and you had your 30, but when you came in again today, did it feel like home?
Yeah, put on the boots. Once you put on the boots, everything feels like home.
Drama show with The Athletic. Caleb, can you take us through that fan out there? They said that they were hoping you'd be the next Ed Reed, and what was your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just be me. I don't know. Be Ed Reed. I'm going to just be Caleb Downs. That's the best way to put it.
And have you decided on what number you want to wear, and has that been finalized?
Yeah, we'll talk about it another time about that.
You might have to negotiate a few things, you know? We'll see.
See.
Nick Harris, Full Star Telegram, just your interaction with Christian Parker today specifically, knowing that you are a Cowboy and how excited you are to play for him.
Yeah, super excited, honestly. I asked him first thing, where's the playbook at? Where's the playbook at? When can I get it? Just because I'm about ball, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing. He's been genuine since the moment I met him, and I was glad he got to meet my parents and my sister today. So looking forward to where that relationship goes.
And if you do get placed in that nickel spot, you got to be a physical player. Can you talk about your physicality?
Yeah, I mean, you can watch my film. I've never shied away from no bumps, so no contact. So I feel like that's part of my game that is going to continue to grow, and I'm looking forward to it.
And Caleb, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. At each level of football, particularly going into a big program like Alabama and then going to Ohio State, you've had your own set of challenges. Can you talk about the challenge you're looking most forward to attacking to be excellent at the NFL level for the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say learning the game. I mean, there's a different game between college and the NFL. There's a different game between high school and college. So I feel like me learning is always the biggest thing that I want to do, whether it's learning on the field, learning off the field, learning about finances, whatever it is. So I would just say learning the challenges. My question, how are you doing with your leg? Yeah.
Hey, I've been better, but I was starting NFI for OTAs. But,
All right.
you know, it's your show.
He's a fast healer.
Yeah.
He's a fast healer.
All right. Just checking.
James.
Jake Slater, NFL Network. Caleb, not every player coming into the NFL has the benefit of a father who's played in the NFL and a brother. What was the messaging from them, and how did they prepare you for this moment?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing is just process. I mean, that's always how we looked at it. Continual improvement every day is the word that we use as our family, which is Kaizen. So just find your process to get better every day.
You posted a photo of Blue Bonnet.
If I would have known that, if I would have known that I meant to do that. But yeah, I actually came out here, I want to say a week and a half ago, for something unrelated to this, but the flowers were super beautiful, and I was like, I might as well take a picture. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was a one happy accident. It was just destiny. He was going to be coming to the state of Texas. Caleb Downs' introductory press conferences. He gets drafted last night, shows up in Dallas today, and going through the rounds, what number? Kobe Durant has 2. Nobody's getting 12. Nobody's going to get 22. 32 is available. Although Kobe Durant's new.
He's new. I mean, they could work something out.
He's a veteran guy. You heard Shot, he might have to negotiate a little bit.
That's it. Welcome to the NFL.
Exactly. 11's available.
Excellent. That would be good. We'll hear more from both draft picks, whether it's Caleb Downs or Malachi Lawrence later in the show, perhaps. And you'll hear from them all weekend. And Cowboys have more work to do. That is for sure. We'll talk a little Spurs basketball, but when we come back, Dave Grohl, one of your favorite guys,
absolutely.
He's telling everybody his secret to his amazing voice.
It is really incredible.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
The secret is out.
Doctor's orders.
Or it soon will be. We'll talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And you think about the draft, we're all jonesing football. Well, you know what? You can satisfy your football needs tomorrow afternoon by going out to Freeman Coliseum and watching the San Antonio Gunslingers take on Northern Arizona. The Gunslingers and Wranglers kick off at 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon at Freeman Coliseum. Professional indoor football, full contact, high-level athletes, nonstop excitement, big hits, crazy catches. It is fun for the entire family. Tickets are on sale now. SanAntonioGunslingers.com. SanAntonioGunslingers.com. You can get your tickets for the game tomorrow or all season. Rain's in the forecast, doesn't matter because they play indoors. So pack out Freeman Coliseum and get your tickets now. SanAntonioGunslingers.com. That's SanAntonioGunslingers.com.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Fiesta with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse with party-worthy promos. Through the end of April, take $150 off the American-made Real Truck Undercover Ultraflex truck bed cover. Call or visit with promo code BLITZ to save $100 with free install. That's $999 installed on most Silverado, Ram, or F-150 5.5-foot bed Ultraflex covers. 200 in stock. No wait. Shop local with NAW. Family operated since 1978 on Culebra or online at nawtruck.com.
At the Home Depot, we have all your appliance answers. And with Spring Black Friday savings, you can get up to 40% off, plus free delivery on select brands like GE Profile. Simplify your day and get the GE Profile all-in-one washer dryer with a quick 90 minutes wash and dry time. Now available in multiple color options. And a fridge with hands-free autofill that fills your cup perfectly while you prep for your day. Shop Spring Black Friday savings and get free delivery on appliance purchases of $998 or more right now at the Home Depot. Offer valid April 9th through April 29th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Whoa. Okay. This one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or...?
I'm thinking high five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs in Portland tonight to take on the Blazers. Game 3 is tonight. That series is tied at a game apiece. Victor Wembanyama listed as questionable for tonight's game after suffering that concussion in Game 2. He was at shoot-around, still going through concussion protocol. Tip-off from Portland is set for 9:30. Will be televised on Prime Video. By the way, Game 4 also in Portland. It will be Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Friday, man, we have made it. The weekend is here. Thanks for spending a little time with us on this Friday afternoon. Kicking off your weekend with the Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. It's Friday, Minix.
It is a Fiesta Friday at that. I know a lot of you had the day off.
That's right. Battle of Flowers, huh? Yeah.
Parade's probably over now.
I would think so.
Good friend of mine, his kid is in the Clark band, and he was down there early, and then he's like, they're number 185 out of 210. Ouch. It's going to be a long day, man. Going to be a long day.
I'm just sitting there watching. You got to watch the whole damn parade.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you are anyway, but.
Well, I don't know. Have you ever been to the Battle of Flowers parade?
I have.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah. I never have, for a variety of reasons. Most of the time, at least in my TV career, the Spurs were in the playoffs. And I would be in Portland today covering the team. But even when they're not in the playoffs, I don't know. I'm not a big crowd guy. I don't mind in some places where there's crowds, but parades,
The night parade, to me, is a lot more fun. And again, that one year that, I was in all of them. In it's one thing.
Were you a Ray Feo?
I was not a Ray Feo.
No?
It was the chips and salsa.
Which were you, the chips or the salsa?
I don't know. I'm going to go with Cassandra Lazenby can be whatever she was, and you go from there. But it was for SA Youth, which was Dan Cook's favorite charity.
Absolutely,
it was, Chris and I were the kings, and Cassandra was the queen.
Well, you and Chris were the servants to Queen Cassandra.
There is no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But it was a lot of fun.
Well, good. I know a lot of people like that. Probably a lot of people downtown today.
Yeah.
Like early.
Sure.
I mean.
And still there.
To get a good spot.
Yeah, La Semana tonight.
Okay. You're going, aren't you?
I'm going.
La Semana?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
You?
No. Not going to La Semana.
You going anywhere after last night?
Yeah.
Besides the couch?
Dude, I took it easy last night. I was fine.
I know.
Yeah, no problem. I had a great time.
Too.
I ate a lot. I ate a lot more than I drank. Let's put it that way.
I can say I don't think anybody there ate more than James Pledger.
And he had a lot of time to make up.
He did. And he had a pretty nice little to-go box as well.
I did.
A to-go box? I didn't know you could do that.
Well, you're not. I didn't know you could either, but
make friends with people.
James discovered something yesterday that a lot of us have known for a long time, but I guess not everybody knows this. Gus's fried chicken is the best on the planet.
It's delicious.
And they were there. And obviously, they're great. But they were giving away, sampling regular chicken piece, whatever, your leg, your thigh, whatever it was. It wasn't just, a little, like they cut something off and gave you a little bite sample. It was the whole piece of chicken. And, all of a sudden, it's about time to go. And Pledge has like 4 family packs. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, well, the guy hooked it up. And it was at the end of the night. So
sure.
Had to go somewhere. And
that or throw it away probably.
Well, see, and, Pledge is a garbage disposal.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is by far the best fried chicken that I've ever had.
Yes.
And when I ate a leg yesterday. It was hot as hell.
Well,
I mean, it comes right out of the fire, so you got to wait a little while.
Well, that's it.
But it was delicious.
And I went back for another piece later in the night.
Yeah?
Well, because Pledge was like, dude, you keep telling me about this chicken. Where is it? I got to try it. I don't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's changed Pledge's life.
The face I made when I bit into it.
Oh, it's the best. And I've never been to the one here in San Antonio. I've been to the one in Memphis many times, but not here. And so I was talking to the guy too, and I said, "Man, I got to get down there. It's in Southtown."
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, so I got to get down there.
Anytime we do anything downtown, or I'm doing something downtown, that's a stop. And when you take it home or whatever you're doing, but yeah, no, Gus's is great.
Yeah, no doubt.
Gus's is fantastic.
Delicious.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Now, I would imagine that this happens a lot. A bachelorette party in Italy. There were some ladies that were touching a statue.
Well, they had a dare. It was a dare.
Well, again, don't you kind of figure that those statues get fondled a lot?
Well, I'm sure they do.
And most of the time it's funny and it's good for the Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But these ladies got a little carried away and broke the statue.
Well, and it's not what you're thinking. They didn't break the little wiener off. It was there's horses that are apparently in there as you walk up to the guy who's naked there, and she broke the horses. So I know most people were thinking that. It's like, oh, well, she reached up there, grabbed the dude's.
It's a statue.
Well, I know, but he still got a tool hanging there.
She didn't break it off.
No, that didn't break off. It was the horses that she had to walk on to get to the dude's
Was it the
manhood.
horse's thing she broke off?
No, wasn't that.
Okay.
But she got arrested anyway, and I'm with you. That's probably one of those things that's a popular dare.
Yes.
For a lot of ladies.
They have an official term for this, according to a city official. The 28-year-old woman was completing a premarital dare.
Premarital.
And they have a fine for that.
Well, yeah. That's too bad for her. I think she ended up touching the dude's stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean.
But she didn't break that off.
No, didn't break that off.
Thank goodness. He's
Yeah.
thrilled.
Yeah, sure. How would you do that? You had to call the sculptor out. Hey, dude, it happened again. Somebody broke the wiener off.
I mean,
go fix it. I love wieners.
You remember when they unveiled the Ichiro statue in Seattle? They broke his bat.
Yeah.
It's fixable.
Unbelievable.
The guys probably had to repair it more than once.
Probably so. That'd be cool if you could just do that. It's like, call the sculptor up. I need it. It needs to be a little bigger. All right, do you mind? A little more plaster.
Well, there is surgery for that.
You're looking to grab the knob. Uh-huh.
You've got to find the video for this. There is video of a lady in Florida driving a big old truck that's been lifted. And she's in a parking lot. And she runs right over a Lamborghini. Literally. And she said she didn't see the little car down there. And you could tell the guy driving the Lambo knew it was coming.
Yeah, he was. He watched it, embraced himself.
Could you imagine?
No. I don't know what kind of insurance that lady has, but that's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
I mean, a Lambo crushed. The video is pretty incredible. I encourage you, when you're searching for video later, find that one. Horrifying at the same time.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Big day for Foo Fighter fans. Foo Fighters' new record, Your Favorite Toy, released today. With that, Dave Grohl making a lot of media rounds. They're over in the UK right now. They're going to be on UK's version of Saturday Night Live tomorrow.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they had such.
I didn't either.
Wow.
But yeah, with Dave, promoting the new record, he's telling a lot of great stories. This one in particular.
There was once maybe 8 years ago, I had to go get my vocal cords checked out, and I'd never done that. And the guy sticks the camera down into my throat, and he goes, just relax. And he'd say, okay, now say E, and I'm going E, and then he looks at my vocal cords and he goes, wow, they look great. And I said, you're kidding. He said, no, they look amazing. Do you do vocal warm-ups? I said, no, I don't. And he goes, okay, do you do like vocal cool downs after a show? I said, no. And he said, well, what do you do before a gig? I said, honestly.
How much time you
an
got?
hour before the show, I'll open a beer. Yeah. And I'll start drinking the beer. I might take an Advil because my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, whatever. Then I'll have a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
And then once the beer is done, I'll open another beer. Then we'll maybe have a group shot of whiskey, which we call band prayer, because you sometimes see. And so like we have band prayer, and then someone will say 15 minutes, and I open one more beer and have one more shot.
Yeah.
And then hit the stage.
Yeah.
And my doctor said, just don't change what you're doing. It's working. And I'm like, okay, great.
And we're doing it.
And that's it.
Yeah, it's on doctor's order.
Doctor's orders.
I know you left that last part in there, Pledge, just for Joe Reinagle.
Be stealing my Lucky Charms.
He's in London, not Ireland.
Doctor's orders. That's awesome.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. There's no reason to change.
No.
Doctor's orders.
Doctor's orders. Well, good for him. Now you probably like him even more now.
I'm not surprised.
Well, I'm not either. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
That's it.
Come on.
That's it.
We know a bunch of rock and rollers. That's all they do. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, at least the
the drugs are at Bill.
This is true. These dudes are probably the tamest rock and rollers we've ever seen. But they play damn good music.
I mean, he tries on Tinder all the time. It just doesn't happen.
Oh, my goodness.
Get a text. Hey, you guys doing anything? I thought you had a date tonight. She canceled.
Wait, don't you know I'm in a rock and roll band?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's too bad. Interesting stuff there. Again, that behind-the-scenes stuff that you just don't think about or hear about. Speaking of behind the scenes, I wonder what is going on behind the scenes in Portland right now when it comes to one Wemby going through the concussion protocols. Pretty quiet coming out of Portland at this point in time as they're putting him through. They kicked the media out, in fact, after the interviews that they did today after shoot-around. And, well, they're trying to check under the hood there with Mr. Wembanyama. We'll talk about it and talk about the matchup tonight and what the Portland Trailblazers say they are going to do. We'll do that when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in Chile. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. What are you waiting for? We want to buy your car right now. Find out why thousands of satisfied customers across the United States put more money in their pocket by going to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs, and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains April 24th through the 27th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats, looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Howdy, San Antonio. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're locked on the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, still very quiet up in Portland right now when it comes to Victor Wembanyama. He was going through the final stages, I suppose, of the concussion protocol by the NBA. So maybe the docs are all talking about whatever they did after the media left the building.
Well, and again, they were forced out, the media.
They were.
Now, while the media was there is video of Wemby on the basketball floor. Teammates said that he looked good and said all the right things. You could tell that they were prepped for any Wemby question. This is what you say. He looks good. Hopefully he continues to progress. Blah, 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 blah. The official injury designation was questionable, not doubtful, and certainly not out, which questionable more than a 50% chance that you're going to play. So he must be far enough in the protocol to where there is a likelihood that he could see the court tonight. Now, Michael C. Wright tweeted out that what he was doing when the media was asked, nicely I'm sure, to leave the gym area and just go to a hallway where they could not watch what was going on, is something called an exertion test, which sounds like a lot of fast running at high speeds, and then you monitor how does he respond to that. Is he nausea, headache? You never know, right? And I would imagine they want to check that not just in the immediate, like, all right, you feel good? Yep. Or 2 hours later, 3 hours later. Because the other day when we had the doc on from TSAOG who treats concussions, it's the lingering symptoms that might not be present initially, but over time kind of develop. And that's something, Joe, that you experienced yourself when you got your bell rung.
It is absolutely. I felt fine that day. It was the next day. Got out of bed and felt like the whole house was spinning. And then went to the bathroom and lost my cookies.
And that wasn't the tequila talking.
No, it was not. It was not. But obviously that didn't happen to Wemby. I mean, we were told yesterday his symptoms didn't get any worse. So, look, there is a chance. And worst case scenario, in my mind, if he doesn't, for whatever reason, play tonight, he's going to be back on the floor on Sunday. I mean, I think it's progressed to that where we're thinking about he could play tonight. If he doesn't, I don't see there's any reason why he doesn't play on Sunday afternoon. So the Spurs would just have to try and get through without him if that's the case tonight. And I think even if he does play, Jason, I can't imagine him playing 35 minutes or so tonight. I don't know, but it all seems crazy to me that I see a man laying on a floor at the Frostbank Center with his lights knocked out, and then we're talking about him playing just a few days later.
Yeah, I mean, that was Tuesday night. And It does, though. What's the word? Because it was vicious. I mean, just vicious. The fact that he apparently didn't break his jaw or teeth, seeing that kind of collision. But how often do you see a collision? Football is the one that we normally think of, right? But you see some hitch and you go, how the hell did he get up from that? And then you see others go, man, that didn't seem all that bad.
Yeah.
Or car wrecks, looked like a minor fender bender and somebody died in that versus how did somebody walk away from that, right?
Yeah.
And so it is entirely possible that as bad as it looked, the damage really wasn't that severe. Because I'm surprised that he's at this point where we're talking about will he play because he hasn't been ruled out yet. When we saw that he was getting on the plane yesterday, you kind of figured, okay, well, maybe Sunday it is. I fully expected last night or this morning for them to say, nope, he's out for Friday. It just seems highly unlikely that you would have a concussion on Tuesday and you could play Friday.
It seems bizarre to me and really does. And again, and I've said this and I'll say it again. He wouldn't play if I was the head coach or had anything to say about it. He would not play tonight. I'd leave him out just as a precaution, even if he's cleared, just as a precaution. But it's not up to me. It's up to the NBA. And if they clear him, I'm sure he's going to get there and he's going to play. The Portland Trailblazers, we heard sound from them a little bit earlier, Scoot Henderson and Denny Avia. And they said they're going to get physical, even more physical tonight, because they figured that's the best way. They said whether Wemby's on the floor or not, their plan is to play physical, to get to the cup, and even more so than they did in Game 2, because they felt like they were out-physicaled in Game 1. That's what they said. So they came back with a more physical play in Game 2, and they say they've got to do even more of that tonight in Game 3.
Are they blaring Olivia Newton-John throughout their building as they try to get more physical tonight? And I'm with you, and I hear what you're saying, and quite frankly, the Spurs weren't very good at the free throw line in Game 2. They missed a ton of them. The Spurs have to respond, and they can't let the officials get in their heads, which I think happened some in Game 2.
I agree with that.
And honestly, I mean, I was mad at some of the calls. Mitch was mad at a lot of the calls. Players, though, were mad, and they were reacting a little bit too much. And at that point, you kind of felt like Portland knew they had the advantage. We're in their heads and go after it. Because really, that's the only way I think Portland can ultimately beat this team a couple of times. And with Wemby or not, they've got to get physical. And we talked about it after Game 1. You've got Tiago Splitter as your head coach. We were all a little surprised that they weren't more physical in Game 1, knowing who their head coach is. He was a physical player. They weren't physical in Game 1. Spurs have to be ready for that. They will be ready for that. They know that, but they also have to be aggressive. But, dude, don't let a bad call get in your head, because there's bad calls both ways, and it's going to even out. Portland fans seemingly are going to be loud and crazy tonight. It's their first home playoff game in 5 years. And because that series is now tied 1-1, there is belief in that locker room and obviously with that fan base.
There is. And look, Portland's always been a tough place to play, especially in the playoffs. It just always is. Those fans are really good, and they're going to be loud, and Portland's going to feed off of that. The Spurs got to figure out a way to get it done, whether Wemby plays or whether Wemby doesn't. In my mind right now, if I'm, and they're not saying this, obviously they want to win both games, but I just think that a split, I'd be extremely thrilled with a split. If they come back to San Antonio, if Wemby doesn't play, let me just preface that. If they could split, come back here 2-2, you win a Game 5, you go up there and wrap this thing up. But I just don't think Game 3 of the series, to me, is not as – if it was a Game 7, by all means, get in there, Wemby, and shake it off. But or an elimination game, either way. But being that it is Game 3, in the worst-case scenarios, you're going to be down 2-1. with an opportunity to tie on Sunday, I'm all for resting Wemby and having him ready to go on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm. If we were talking about a knee or an ankle, I'd be in a little bit more agreement. Here, if the NBA doctors say he's good to go, then why rest him? Why sit him out if the NBA is the one clearing him? It's not up to Wemby. It's not up to Mitch. Well, I guess if the NBA clears him and Mitch sits him, I guess that would be. But if it were a different kind of injury, if it were a hamstring or something like that where that rest would be helpful, I don't know what resting him does for the concussion. If he's cleared to play and he's good to go, then let him go play. If you got to limit his minutes to a degree, even then, if he's cleared to play, unless the docs say something, and they'll watch him closely, if he's out there and starting to not look like himself, then they'll pull him. But and again, maybe it's just because in my mind, it's like a no-see-him injury. If they say he's good, he's passed all the tests, let him go. It's playoff time. It's not January.
We'll see what happens. The NBA's got to clear him, and as soon as we hear something, we will certainly let you know because I'm as curious as everybody else as to what's going to happen tonight. But keep in mind, we're still 6 hours away from tip-off. I mean, they don't tip till 9:30 San Antonio time.
9:30.
7:30 Portland time.
On Prime, by the way. All the games tonight on Prime.
All of them.
All of them. Lakers, Rockets. The Lakers leading that series.
Austin Reeves is going to come back tonight.
76ers and Celtics. That series is even at 1. And, of course, Spurs and Blazers. All on Prime Video.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. John Machota just tweeted something out, and I've got to say it because it's pretty damn funny. Cowboys' new player, Caleb Downs, said it was special to have Dak Prescott reach out to him after he was drafted. And Downs says, I've been watching him since middle school. Here we go. I wonder how it makes old Dak feel. Well, that's just the way that it goes.
Don't make me change the photo back to the one in the Dak jersey view.
We will.
I'm just saying.
We will bring that up with Caleb.
Yeah, we will.
When he joins us on Monday.
Yes.
Just got word. Caleb Downs Monday on the Blitz. Thought we were going to get him today, but as their PR said, dude, we got two guys, too many moving parts Monday.
All kinds of stuff going up there because they do have two players. And where Downs had his press conference a few minutes ago, Lawrence is scheduled to have his coming up here in a little bit later. So lots happening there at the Star in Frisco. So looking forward to that. When we come back, we'll talk a little Dallas Cowboys football. Why not? It was a big night for the Dallas Cowboys. Houston Texans got themselves a lineman, and I guess he's nasty.
Sure.
In what way? Just he's not a good
fan
hygiene
of Janet
guy
Jackson.
or what? Or I'm not sure.
He's the dude you want in the trenches.
He's the guy you want in the trenches.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Didn't they say that about the dude from A&M?
No, they say that about all of them when they draft them.
Is that what it is? Well, there's hope springs eternal for every team during draft night. We'll talk in NFL draft when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My goodness, rain in the forecast again. It's incredible, but I guess it is April. It's spring. That's what happens here in San Antonio and South Texas. And, well, I tell you what, you want to make sure that your roof is up to the challenge. And that's basically what you can do because you know they're coming. The storms, the hail, the rain, the wind, all of that kind of stuff. We've had a bunch of it already. If you think there might be something wrong with your roof, you owe it to yourself to call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. Have them send a team out to your house and inspect your roof. Look, they're going to do it for free. And they'll get up there, they'll let you know if there's any problems that need to be addressed, and they'll let you know, and, well, then you know you've got the best in the business right there to take care of whatever problem there happens to be. Look, all I can say is there's going to be some fly-by-night companies come by and knock on your door and tell you, hey, we're here to help. But don't you want to do business with a company that's been in business here in San Antonio and South Texas since 1983? This is not a fly-by-night company. This is a company that is certainly well-established, that has a reputation, and plenty of satisfied customers. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business. Give them a call, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the draft has come and gone. How are the Cowboys looking?
The NBA playoffs continue. Where are the Spurs sitting? They looking up or down at Portland? We'll cover the Wemby watch and everything else. Going to be a great weekend. Monday's going to be better. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Trying to keep up with today's fast-changing digital landscape, with more ways to consume content than ever before, it is getting harder to reach your customers. You need more than just a presence. You need the experts at Conrex Digital. We craft websites that convert. We curate engaging content on social and block channels. We generate quality leads through Google and Meta. We dominate your competition on streaming TV. Bold marketing, real results. Conrex Digital makes it happen. Visit conrexdigital.com. That's conrexdigital.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Help, Mother's Day's almost here and I have nothing for Mom.
Relax, sis. Just shop JTV. I already got Mom a gorgeous gold bracelet.
JTV, like jewelry, television, isn't that
amazing? Yes. They have thousands of gift and jewelry ideas and their prices are unreal.
Okay, but how unreal are we talking?
Right now, new customers get $20 off your purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com. Use code DEAL20 now.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
Because I'm the mean sister.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Man, as we head into the weekend, so much stuff going on. Big night last night in the NFL, first round of the NFL draft. We got playoffs going on tonight involving the San Antonio Spurs, and then more draft stuff today and tomorrow. Spurs play on Sunday. What a great weekend. Hope you're all going to enjoy it and making plans for that. I'm Joe. He's Jason. Appreciate you spending a little time with us on this Friday afternoon.
Absolutely, and kind of weaving in and out of draft coverage and Spurs and Wemby watch. Now, I know I said in the last segment, if he's cleared by NBA doctors to play, you play him. Ryan Eagles being a little bit more cautious. And algorithms, they're listening. So Dr. Jesse Morse with 180,000 followers.
Okay.
Quote tweets a Jared Weiss tweet. Jared, of course, covers Wemby and the Spurs for The Athletic. And this is what the doctor tweeted out. Curious to see if Vic has a chance to play tonight. I think he has a good chance. Should he? No. There's data to support there is an increased risk of lower extremity injury following a concussion over the next 90 days. In all caps, very risky if he returns tonight. If he gets another, he would definitely be out.
I don't know who that guy is, but he's smart as hell. He must have gone to Texas State, that guy.
That guy? Did I tell you he's a doctor?
Oh, well, that couldn't have happened.
His bio says stem cells, peptides, health optimization, sports injuries, board certified, sports and family medicine at Injury Experts, and he's a consultant. I don't know anything about him, but it's a little scary.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and I just don't understand why you take the chance. Not from a game 3.
Well, but again, though, let me ask you this though: what? I mean, based on that lower injury over the next 90 days, what's the difference between tonight and Sunday? I mean, should he be out? Time. Should he be out 3 months? No, I mean. It says 90 days, not 90 hours. I mean, what's the difference at that point between a Friday game and a Sunday game?
Well, 2 days. That's the difference.
But again, your injury risk apparently is increased. He says the data supports it, but he doesn't give any information. Like you got a 2% chance or a 48% chance. I don't know what it means, but I know that it is something that I've never heard before, but it's worth kind of investigating.
Well, I think it is too, and look, and because look, we're not doctors, we don't know what we're doing. I'm just saying
we talk to enough doctors.
Being cautious. I didn't expect them to play in either game, to be totally honest with you. After seeing what we saw on when was that, last Tuesday, him banging his head off the floor. I honestly didn't even think he'd go to Portland. So the fact that we're sitting here talking game 3 just 3 days later. That there's a chance that this young man could play tonight, it to me is a minor miracle. And so all I'm saying is I don't care whether he's cleared or not. I would be cautious with him just because, and this is before I knew what this doctor said and you know, whoever that guy is, I would just be cautious and let him sit out one more game, give him a couple of more days to recover. That's all I'm saying. And I just think to me that would be the better strategy to use.
If the NBA doctors say he's good to go, because clearly they're aware of this data that this doctor talks about but doesn't share the information on, they know those risks too. And I bring it up and read the tweet to all you guys because it is something new and different that I haven't heard before. But if there was risk to lower body extremities following a concussion for 90 days, how have we never heard that before?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. But you look at and we had that chart the other day about concussions. Most players miss multiple games after a concussion. There was just one that came back and didn't miss anything. And so there's a reason why it takes a while for people to get back on the floor after a concussion. And which tells me, again, I'll be shocked if he's cleared to play tonight by the NBA or whoever's doing it, the NBA medical staff. I'll be shocked. I truly will be. After what I saw on Tuesday night, just from I don't know anything about medicine or medical stuff at all, but, I mean, the guy was out cold. For 7 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it was, it looked like he was night-night.
It was.
Now, I have a question because y'all were talking about how he hit and it was his jaw, and how, I guess earlier with the docs they were talking about how that's probably worse of a concussion. Wouldn't it be like equated to whether it's UFC, boxing, whatever, getting hit on the button and that causing you?
Well, but if you remember what the doctor told us on Wednesday, that has no impact. Twitter was saying that it was
true.
More, but she said no, not really. I mean, a concussion is a concussion. So it's not where you get hit in the head that makes it worse. And she also said, kind of surprising, you didn't break any facial bones and or teeth that we're aware of.
Well, and that surprised everybody because that was immediately the rumor when it happened, the way he fell flush on the side of his face, that something would have like that would have happened. And fortunately, it didn't.
Dude, just give him one of them rugby helmets and get him out there.
Well,
he wants to play rugby in the offseason.
I want to see one of those NFL helmets. Put one of those on, the Guardian caps on it. Can you imagine Wemby running down the floor with a Guardian cap on?
Well, you got to protect his chin, too, so why not get like a padded shiesty mask?
A shiesty, man? What the hell is that?
You know those things that the one that George Pickens wears?
I get you, but I didn't know they were called a shiesty.
Yeah, it's called a shiesty.
A shiesty. You shiesty? That sounds like a bad word you call somebody. Pledge in there, he's a shiesty.
Pop one of those things up. Put it on him.
Dude, I'm all for him wanting to play. I'm just saying I would be cautious one more game. That's all. And if that if that doesn't happen and he plays and he goes out and has a hell of a game, then well, I stand corrected. But I'm just saying I would be cautious with the young man.
I know you would. I'm thinking if the doctors, and they're the NBA doctors,
well, yeah.
If they clear them, go play, man. It's the playoffs. And I think some of those games missed, regular season precautions are different than postseason precautions. He's not going to miss a game just, all right, let's give it one more. If he's cleared by NBA docs, I would expect him to be out there. And because he's at questionable and not even doubtful, it seems more likely that he is going to play tonight. So we'll go from there. And again, throughout the show, kind of shifting gears back and forth between Spurs and Wemby, and obviously the NFL draft. This segment was all dedicated to the Houston Texans, so good Wemby talk there.
Par for the course.
Well, I mean, no, they got an offensive lineman who damn near lost his foot a couple of years ago in a car wreck.
I just, Pledge educated us during the break there on this guy, and apparently he's one of those guys that is feisty, kind of one of those nasty guys.
Shiesty?
Not shiesty. So it sounds like the Texans got themselves a good pick. Offensive line is obviously still a concern for this team, I think, until we see otherwise. And so I'm happy that they went the way that they did. All I'm going to say, and we talked about this during the break, zero excuses if they fix that offensive line and C.J. Stroud gets his wide receivers back and everything is everything. That defense is still good. Zero excuses for that young man. He's got to figure out a way to play like he did his rookie year, and he just has not done that since.
Yeah, absolutely. The draft last night. Now, granted, all of us here on this here show, The Blitz, we were at Taste of the Northside.
Yep.
So we weren't watching from our living rooms, hanging on every word. Through the Caleb Downs pick, Ryan Nagel had his phone out, and somebody else had their phone out. Pledge had his phone out when he got there. We were up to date with what was going on, but not hanging on every word. So this morning, when I got to really dive into what happened with the Cowboys' second first-round pick and how it screwed the hated Pittsburgh Steelers, although while helping the hated Philadelphia Eagles.
Unbelievable.
It was glorious because last night, and maybe it was the fourth or fifth Four Roses shot, I wasn't really sure what the Cowboys were doing or why, right? I mean, just, because they traded back with Philly. Well, Philly. And in the process, they completely screwed over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
How did they do that?
Yeah. Oh, Philly just traded for you.
Hello?
This is Philly. They just traded for you. Philly's taking you right now.
Well, interesting, because I guess Pittsburgh, thinking Dallas was going to pick there, that they're not going to take a wide receiver.
Nope.
So they're celebrating. They're already calling Lemon, and who, by the way, does a hell of a Stevie Wonder impersonation. I'm just going to say that right now. Did you see that dude last night? He's got glasses on, and he's giving us the whole Stevie Wonder. You know, Stevie shakes his head kind of. So anyway.
Well, dude thought he was going to be a Steeler.
I
Pittsburgh
digress.
called him before they were on the clock, said they were taking him. And in the meantime, Dallas was on the phone with Philly making a trade. And again, you traded with Philly. You helped them get a first-round wide receiver, which, by A.J. Brown.
But he's gone.
Enjoy New England. Per Diana Rossini.
Ouch.
It's true. But, and that's probably why the Cowboys moved up one spot for Caleb Downs, just to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, Jerry said it. I mean, he said that he's been burned before by that. You recall when they drafted Micah Parsons.
Yep.
There were two corners they wanted, and both of them went bang, bang right before the Cowboys drafted.
And so, I mean, it's interesting. And look, I'm not a fan of helping Philly, but I'm a big fan of screwing the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that was great. That was comical. I mean, because the draft itself, starting with Arizona taking Jeremiah Love, at that point, everybody's mocks were gone, right?
Oh, yes.
And then, of course, your Tennessee Titans get a wide receiver.
Which was a surprise. That surprised me. I didn't think so. Look, he's a hell of a player, and I think he'll help Cam Ward, but I'd have rather seen them. There were some pretty good defensive players still on the board at that time.
There were, but, I mean, I think the whole was either Love or they're going to get some weapons for Cam Ward. So that didn't surprise me. I think maybe the biggest surprise was Ty Simpson going at number 13. And maybe the most surprised was Rams head coach Sean McVay, who's just seemingly madder than hell that that's who his boss picked.
I don't understand what the hell the Rams are doing there. And I really don't. It makes absolute zero sense to me. If you want Ty Simpson, I think you could have gotten Ty Simpson a hell of a lot later than the 13th pick in the draft. I don't understand it. Sean McVay doesn't understand it. And I think it's just one of those things that, there's a lot of times your boss says something or makes a decision that you don't agree with, but you just have to sit there and eat it. And I think that's exactly what happened last night with the Rams. There is absolutely no reason to draft Ty Simpson at number 13.
Trying to make it make sense, and it doesn't. They don't have holes, and Sean McVay doesn't play a lot of rookies, and they're not used to drafting this high. And at some point, Matthew Stafford won't be the quarterback, and you've got to plan for the future. But you could have used that to get somebody to help this year's team, or trade back and get some additional picks, depth, except maybe unless they couldn't find a trade partner. Then you find out, well, their GM, who's a hell of a drafter. I mean, it's hard to question what they do when it comes to drafting players. Oh, good friends with the family. Good friends with his dad.
From Alabama.
One that advised him, you're a first-round quarterback. There's no need for you to go back to school because he could have made $6-7 million at Alabama for another year. But no, Les said, no, man, you're a first-round quarterback.
I just don't get it because you're right. This helps the Rams not one bit this year.
None.
And they are a Super Bowl contender. And Sean McVay wanted a player that could help them right away. And look, I think Matthew Stafford, barring any kind of serious injury, is going to play a couple of years, which will be good for Ty Simpson. I don't like, but it just does not help in the immediate future. And I don't know what's going to happen to Puka Nacua. Maybe he comes back and he's fine. Devontae Adams is getting long in the tooth. They could have used a wide receiver at that point in time. I just don't understand that pick. Of all the picks last night, that pick just baffled me more than anything. And obviously Sean McVay shares in my baffledness because it just makes no sense. None whatsoever.
His press conference says it all. This was not 100% everybody in the room agreeing on this pick. And he was like, hey, let's be clear, this is Stafford's team. Oh, did you talk to Matt? Yeah, I talked to him. What'd you say? We're going to keep that private. Because you know what Matthew Stafford said? What the?
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, Stafford, because and McVay made it very clear in the press conference, he's going to compete with Stetson Bennett for the backup job.
Yep.
And that's clearly what that's going to be. But there is no thought of replacing Matt Stafford. He's the guy there as long as he wants to be. I just don't know. I don't understand that pick at all. It makes no sense. Ty Simpson is not a 13 guy. I mean, late in the first round, perhaps because somebody's desperate, but he's a second or third round quarterback.
Well, and again, for a team that, and granted, they don't have a lot of needs, but at the same time, you do have to plan for the future. Something that I've been saying the Cowboys need to do. It's kind of, like Jordan Love getting drafted and Aaron Rodgers not happy. They thought he was going to get a wide receiver. When you know your quarterback is coming to an end, you've got to start planning. But I'm with you. You could have traded back and got Ty Simpson at, 26.
You could have. And some picks to go along with it.
Maybe not 26. Nick Caserio wouldn't have made that trade before somebody calls that out. But you know what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, but I think Ty Simpson would have been around a while. Who the hell's going to take him? And I think the Jets maybe, and I'm not sure exactly where they were going to pick.
The Steelers also thought they were getting a wide receiver.
Well, they did. I just don't understand. That was the most perplexing pick last night as far as I'm concerned. And to me, it makes no sense whatsoever. But they did it, and now Ty Simpson is a LA Ram. And they can have him. That's the way that it is. It makes absolutely no sense.
Of course they can have
none.
Them. They picked them.
None. It's crazy. Sean, I feel your pain, buddy. I really do. Hey, we have a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, sanantoniosportstar.com. You can get to YouTube there. Knowing how it's played out, was the Micah Parsons trade worth it for the Dallas Cowboys? Go there and vote. Right now, the yeses have it, 81%. To 19%. And you give Jerry Jones a thank you note. Just say, thanks, Jerry, Executive of the Year. You are the man.
I have all the authority in the world.
Yes, you do.
Stop it.
We will continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area, they have extended hours Monday through Saturday. On-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains April 24th through the 27th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source. to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Domestic violence is one of the most widespread crimes in Texas, yet one of the least reported. When someone walks through the doors of the Battered Women and Children Shelter, they're looking for safety. Help exists, and it's closer than you think. Christie's Hope supports the shelter with housing, trauma recovery, and long-term aid. Thomas J. Henry stands with us in our commitment to end domestic violence. If you or someone you love needs help, visit christieshope.org.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hi, I'm Zoe, a personal stylist at Macy's Herald Square, and I live for our friends and family sale because I can say yes to the brands my customers have been eyeing, like BCBG, 30% off, Kendra Scott, 30% off, Steve Madden, Levi's, yep, 30 off. And yes, there's 15 off Macy's Beauty and Fragrance too. Yes, you can also sign up for Star Rewards and earn faster at Macy's Friends and Family today. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
San Antonio, there is a new place to watch the NBA playoffs, Novo Brewery. Over 80 feet of massive video walls, cold craft beer, and a full bar. Novo Brewery attached to North Star Mall with juicy, thick-cut ribeyes, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Visit NovoBrew.com.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Day 2 of the NFL Draft continues tonight. We do have rounds 2 and 3. Texans hold picks 38, 59 in the second, and pick 91 in the third. Cowboys currently only hold the 92nd pick in the third round. Coverage starts tonight, 5 o'clock. You can catch it right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Texas Rangers, well, they open up a series with the A's in Arlington. First pitch, 7:05.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Friday leading into a big sports weekend, no question about it. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a good Friday afternoon. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That young man is Jason Minix.
Fiesta Friday. La Semana tonight. Nyosa's going on tonight.
Sure. Last night of Nyosa, I believe, isn't it? Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Tonto explosion happening this weekend. All kinds of fun things.
Absolutely. It's a great time of year in San Antonio, especially when the Spurs are in the playoffs.
And you got playoffs tonight, Game 3, also on a Sunday for Game 4. And, of course, the draft happening all weekend long. And Over the next hour, we're going to zigzag through it all. Game Night San Antonio brought to you by Vision Source coming up at 4:30 because it's an early release day on this Fiesta Friday for us because draft coverage starts at 5 o'clock. Yes. Now, the reality is James Pledger wants to get the hell out of here and start his weekend, so we're done at 5.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
All right. Pledge had a hell of a time last night at Taste of the North Side.
I did.
We don't let him out of the glass box of fun very, very often.
No, we don't. But when we do, he goes nuts. And that's why we don't let him out very often.
The good news is he didn't get there till a lot of people were already in full enjoyment mode, although one local news anchor was very appalled by his capri pants. As she said, that's a choice.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Her husband makes the same choice.
He wears capri pants. No,
wow, no
Matt Roy
way.
does not wear capri pants.
He's told me he has the same thing.
He's just too tall and doesn't buy pants that fit. There's no way that Jordan Elder would let him wear capri pants based on her comments about you last night.
Maybe not out in public.
Okay. What, he wears them at home?
If you're just in, sweatpants. I mean, Pledge was not dressed for the occasion there. He didn't know he was going until the show ended.
But he had on this really ugly Houston Texans thing going there.
Yeah, I don't understand the sleeveless hoodie look and capri pants. But it was dark when he got there, and people were already heavily drinking, but taking Pledge to an event where it's all you can eat, every restaurant was guaranteed to run out of food. And for the most part, they did.
A lot of places did, but it's all good. I mean, I ate a lot.
Yes.
So there was plenty of food there for everybody. I don't know if you noticed or not. I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. There were a lot of Channel 4 types there.
Well, Channel 4 is a big sponsor.
Well, right. So there were a lot of Channel 4 types there. But I heard somebody say, hey, the news director's here.
Oh,
and
I don't think you could say that. You probably shouldn't talk about that.
And everybody got all, hey. This dude shows up. He's got better hair than any anchor I've ever seen. I mean, this guy had hair for days. I was jealous.
Why would you call out Don Harris that way?
I was jealous. Don Harris didn't have any hair. Are you kidding me?
I've never seen Joe have hair, MB.
I'm just saying, this dude had hair for days. It was flowing off and all poofed up, and I'm like, dude, that's the news director? Wow. I don't know if I was like, damn, I got to find out what he uses. He had some hair going on, I'll tell you.
Let's see. How do I met the same guy. I didn't have that reaction or even notice.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't notice that. Guys with hair notice.
Guys with hair notice. Again, a lot of hair. Like, you were jealous of this guy?
What, you didn't see the poof thing that he had going on there?
I wasn't really paying attention to another man's hair poof.
Well, I wasn't talking to the dude, but so I'm standing there watching. I'm watching all the Channel 4 people. Ooh, the news.
Hold on. Wait a minute. So here's what I'm hearing. And for all of you listening, follow me here for a moment. Mandy Noel, their main anchor, is there doing the news live
shots, yeah,
wearing a gorgeous red dress. So imagine Joe Reinagle with a drink in hand and something to eat, and he's staring off, and there's Mandy Noel in her red dress doing the news, and Joe's focused on some dude's hair poof.
No, I wasn't focused on it, but
it sounds like you're pretty focused on his hair poof.
So Mandy, I met Mandy, very, very, very nice young lady. She's great, and yeah, she looked great last night.
But you noticed the dude's hair instead of Mandy.
Well, dude, there were a lot of people I noticed things. Did you see the hooker that walked by? I mean, my God, there's a lot of things that you noticed.
I don't know that she was a hooker.
Well, who the hell else dresses that way? I'm just saying. I mean, the fishnet hose kind of gave that away, did it not?
You think a girl wearing fishnet hose automatically makes them a hooker?
Yes.
Can't call them hose, Joe.
I'm just saying. Dude, that was a perfect place for people watching.
It was.
A perfect
but
place.
Fishnet does not automatically mean for sale.
All right. Well, how about the, I don't know, the boots that had a heel about, a foot and a half? Dude,
I'm afraid to
saying.
say she might have been a performer, because did you see her later walking around on these stilts?
Oh, was she? Well, isn't a hooker a performer?
For a small fee.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just fun to see that. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Uh-huh.
Hi, the beer. The news director's here.
Yeah, that was oh, the news director's here. Everybody stop drinking.
Yes.
Dude, it's Fiesta.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I was fortunate, because Jack Acosta, who's the news director at Ken's TV.
Doesn't have that good of hair, though.
Well, no, he doesn't, but I wouldn't give a damn. If you're out at a place like that and you're not working, he didn't care if you're drinking or not.
Yeah.
Jack's a good dude. And I'm sure this guy's a good dude. I didn't meet him, but I'm sure he's a good dude. I would have a hard time focusing, though, going into Channel 4 at work and seeing this dude every day and going, damn.
Can you imagine when you're getting yelled at in a meeting
and
you're just looking at his hair poof? Is that what you called it? Is that the official terminology?
What do you do?
It's a pompadour.
It's not a pompadour. Isn't that like Beavis and Butthead? Doesn't one of them have a pompadour?
It's a hair poof.
Okay, a hair poof.
Hair poof.
I'm just saying, man. But there were a lot of it was good people watching.
Oh, it's
last night.
Great people watching.
It really was great people watching. So and a lot of fun. That's the best Fiesta event there is. Taste of the North Side. It's incredible. We had a good time.
Great time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Will McClay.
Yep.
The de facto GM of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well,
I know he's got another title, but
Vice President of Player Personnel.
GM, in kind of. He's going to join us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I've got to introduce you, though, to Window Nation. No poofy hair. Just quality windows, that's for sure. Look, if you've been thinking about replacing your windows, or if you've noticed that maybe your air conditioner's not working as well as you think it should, that may not have anything to do with your air conditioner. It may have everything to do with your windows, allowing all the cold air to go outside and all the hot air to come inside. I tell you, we had a great demonstration when they came here to the station the other day, showed us exactly how windows, quality windows, will keep all that stuff that's supposed to be outside, and the stuff that's supposed to be inside. And right now, Window Nation has got a great sale going on. It's called the More You Buy, the More You Save sale. You could save up to 50% off all of your windows. Plus, you can get them with 0% interest for 5 years. That is an incredible deal for some incredible windows. In fact, Window Nation's windows are so good, they stand behind with a lifetime warranty. They're also rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Look, this is a quality company. They're going to take care of you, and they're going to put windows in your house that are going to last for a long, long time. And they're covered by a lifetime warranty. So it doesn't matter what year you had them installed. If something goes wrong, Window Nation will take care of them, and they'll replace them. The more you save, the more you buy, the more you save sale. It's going on right now. You don't want to wait, because this sale is too good. It's not going to last that much longer. What I need you to do is go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com. You can set up your consultation there.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Frankie, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in Chile. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains April 24th through the 27th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
What are you doing every day to support your liver? If you enjoy sweets, fast food, alcohol, or take any medications, that's a vital question to ask. Hi, I'm Sherry Torkas, pharmacist and health author. For over 30 years, I've helped people make informed decisions about their health, especially concerning prevention and long-term wellness. Supporting your liver isn't just a wellness trend, it's a daily essential. That's why I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. It's made with plant-based ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and globe artichoke, herbs clinically studied for their protective and restorative effects on the liver. Active Liver blends traditional herbal wisdom with modern scientific research. Not all supplements are created equal. I trust Active Liver because it's backed by science, meets strict quality standards, and delivers true daily liver support.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com, or you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local GNC.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the draft has come and gone. How are the Cowboys looking?
The NBA playoffs continue. Where are the Spurs sitting? They looking up or down at Portland? We'll cover the Wemby watch and everything else. Going to be a great weekend. Monday's going to be better. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Big night for the Dallas Cowboys last night. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
And you said it, a big night for the Dallas Cowboys. What looks like a couple of home runs. The guy at the plate, Will McClay, is joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Will, so much talk about what the Cowboys would do, could do. Our listeners kind of split. Do you trade way up into the top 5 or hold? And you guys traded up a little. You also traded back a little bit. Tell us how the night went for you.
Yeah, the NFL draft is always an interesting challenge, and so you set your strategy and your board and what you want to do, but you're never aware of what others are going to do. You think you have an inkling or whatever. So, we kind of went through the stuff before the draft, scenarios moving up and down and who could be there and not and all those things. And, we set our board accordingly and really followed the board the right way with the thought of Caleb being there for us, with him being such a great player and all the things that we thought were going to be possible with him. We figured he would be long gone, fixed a strategy, what if, in a couple of different scenarios. And there was a couple of times we do these mock drafts and stuff. He fell to us, and that was an exciting day, but we doubted that would happen. And, you do all the computer figurations and all that other stuff, and the percentages come out lower. But what we wanted to do was be able to get a player at the right value, a first-round value, and we have certain number of players on the first round. Then you start talking about the best player available, position of need, all those things go into it. And so with that, we also wanted to pay attention to who was moving up and down and try and figure out how we could get in. And we wanted to come out of this draft with the ability to pick up more players as well as get some premium top round picks, and we were able to do that.
You certainly were. And Will, I'm just curious, when do you guys kind of kick into action? After the Giants selected an offensive lineman and instead of Caleb Downs, which a lot of people thought they might do, is that when you guys decided that we're not going to take any more chances, we'll move up one and grab this guy?
Yeah, that's when it started. I mean, we started as early as 9 because you try and figure out, you don't want to give up too much. And, again, with the plan, so looking at what moves made sense for us to be able to still acquire players while still acquiring something with it we were very, very attracted to. And when they picked at 5, and again, the rumor was 5 and 10, they really loved him. So that was a concern of ours. And then when they didn't, we kind of felt better about it as things were going down the line, knowing what other teams had. The only concern was, is somebody going to jump up above us because of the value of the player?
Talking with Will McClay of the Dallas Cowboys here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Obviously, Caleb Downs is an incredible athlete. We, but heard so much during the pre-draft stuff, positional value and would he go in the top 10? We all know he's a great player from Ohio State. What is it about Caleb Downs when you got to visit with him that really sold you on Caleb Downs?
Football is a game where you have these big, fast, athletic, physical guys, but it is also a game that requires strategy and placement and adjustments and all those things. And when you met this kid, you started watching him at Alabama, and, you saw as a freshman some of the things that he did while you're watching all the other guys. Well, then you meet with him and you sit down, and the first thing is the Pied Piper effect, that people gravitate and follow. It's a natural thing that you see that, you put it in a different environment than a team. That kind of tells you about the it factor about a guy. And so you saw that. And then the intensity and him talking about a defense. He remembered the Alabama defense, all the adjustments, all the people, the Ohio State defense, and then what we taught him. So that was a very quarterback-esque sort of mind, plus the physical skill set and the determination and who he is. That's just adding a multiplier to our organization and to our team.
Will, when you look at this young man in Caleb Downs, he fits, to me, all the molds. Obviously, he's a great athlete. He's a good football player, but he looks like a really good character guy as well. How much goes into that part of it for the Dallas Cowboys?
It's a huge part of it because when, it's a game of football. We're looking for guys that play football at a very high level, but we're also looking for people that can bring other people with them that can represent the brand and do all that. And then, it's just that, to me, it's that extra little piece. The more people that you have on your team and in your organization that value every moment and every opportunity, that you have an opportunity to get better. And that young man has just shown it time after time after time.
Will McClay, the Cowboys vice president of player personnel here on the Blitz. While everybody knows about Caleb Downs, a lot of people are trying to figure out who is Malachi Lawrence. What sold you on Lawrence in moving back and taking him?
Yeah, we talked about pass rushers, and pass rushers are a very valuable commodity in the NFL. And so when you go through and look at all of the traits and all the things you're looking for, he checked those boxes. An interesting story about him is it was about late October or November when the college scouts are on the road and our assistant college director's out there, and what we do is cross-check, and we try and find pockets where we can get in and find players that might come up and strike our attention. Well, Eric Ellingworth is our Southeast scout. He has that area. He went to Central Florida and said, hey, there was a guy that was NFS service we use that had another player graded higher, but we asked our scouts to run the roster, make sure you do your homework. And Eric came back to Chris Vaughn, who was the assistant college director, and said, hey, come in and see this guy. And so Chris went to see him and called me. And in November, I started making a tape on my own. And so we had a feeling about him at that time, his ability, and he's continued to grow throughout the process in our eyes. When you meet with him and you find out what he's all about, he does all the testing. And then when you study the tape and the traits that he has that make really productive pass rushers in this league, he had all those, and we're excited to try and bring that to the roster. And in a first round pick, it gives you the ability to have the player for 5 years over 4 and premium positions. All those things kind of go into your mindset as you're making the pick.
Will, when it comes to Malachi, I'm not sure, and you would obviously be able to tell us more so than I would know, how other teams felt about this young man. It seemed like, I don't know, he came out of nowhere as far as I'm concerned. Was that the case, or were there some other teams that had some interest in him?
Oh, momentum was building for him throughout the draft process. Again, it's one of those deals where typically, when you look at the college football nowadays with NIL, players typically will leave the smaller colleges at some point in time and go earn some money NIL. Those mid-level colleges tend to lose those players. Those players leave. So you don't expect to find that talent there. Well, that's the work of our scouts did it and popped up, and then people started to see it and recognize his ability. That's kind of how it happens. But I when talking to other teams after we drafted him, I got 4 texts from different guys saying, you took our guy. So felt really good about that, too.
Absolutely. That makes you feel good, Will. And I saw some of the quote-unquote experts saying that he would be a day 2 sleeper kind of player. With the lack of picks that you have today, did that help you say, you know what, we're going to get this guy here, move back, and he's still going to be there?
That was part of it. And if we didn't get him, you're looking for, that was our target. But then you have, we had another clump of guys that we were looking at for the right value, and he fit in that, and he was a target, and it was, it fell to us right there, and it worked out.
Will, I'm curious now, you addressed the defense in the first round, obviously with a couple of good players that you guys feel really good about. What do you guys look to now for the remainder of the draft? Is it more defense, or is it best players available at this point?
It's best players available. The objective is to, we want to add good players. We have to add new pieces to the defense. And, with a new coordinator and a new style that we're doing, we have pieces, but we're always continuing to add. And it's not only the draft, it'll be after the draft. There'll be opportunities to improve your team. And I think one of the things that we've done here recently is looked at those and realizing that we want to, play on that last Sunday of the NFL season. So we got to get enough good people to help us get there top to bottom on the roster.
And you mentioned the new coordinator there. I imagine Christian Parker might be one of the happiest people in that building today. I'm curious, did he bring you a box of donuts or anything to say thank you this morning?
No, but he was he told Coach Shoddy yesterday after we picked the 2 players that he would now officially buy a house in Dallas because since he's been hired, he's been living in a hotel and stuff, and he's like, I'm waiting to buy. So he's now going to buy a house. But he's a unique individual from a standpoint of the detail, the recall, the ability to explain what he's looking for and how he's looking for it. And he has this deal where he sends pictures of players to manifest in your mind. So the 3-4 days leading up to the draft, I'd wake up in the morning and there would be a picture of, of Caleb, of Malachi, of different guys, and he would just kind of drop those and not even leave a little text message or anything. He would just leave the pictures to make sure I was thinking about it when I woke up.
Well, I know you guys are excited. I saw you in the war room last night after the pick was made for Caleb Downs, and I don't recall, and I'm probably missing something, but I don't recall a room being that excited. Everybody just high-fiving and congratulating each other.
Yeah, I mean, it was like when you feel like you find a piece that can help get you to where you want to go, and there's all the boxes are checked, and you feel very, very fortunate to get him, and that was the culmination of a lot of hard work, a lot of prayers, and just being fortunate. The football God signed on us to be able to get this, and excited to get him in the building.
Absolutely. Again, there's always the celebration, but yesterday it felt a little bit more.
It did.
It felt more. So, Will, what pictures did you wake up to this morning?
He's gotten two, so he sprinkled a couple more. I can't tell you. There could be surprises in there.
Or is Shotty now sending you pictures too, saying, "Hey, don't forget about the offense"?
No, Shotty's a little more literal. He's just going to come in my office and say, "Hey, forget about this," and so we'll have discussions about it. And I'm excited about the way that the whole process has worked with the input from the coaches, the input from the scouts, the ownership listening to it, and us collectively figuring out the right values and the right process and step to go, led by Jerry. I mean, Jerry's listening to everything. He's going to make the final call, but he's taken everything into account, and it's from the work that everybody's done so far.
Will, you've done this a long time for the Dallas Cowboys. Is this your favorite time of year?
No, post-draft is my favorite time of year because I might get to sleep for a little bit. But I do love this process of learning about the players, about working with the people that I'm involved with in the organization, and we're all on the same page and we're all in the boat together, so we share in the responsibility, and I think that's the best part about this process to me.
And, Will, I know it's a busy day 2 of the draft after last night's first round, which I know you probably didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but I got to ask you, Will, Wednesday during the pre-draft press conference, and former President Bill Clinton walks in, and Jerry damn near falls right behind you. How scared were you when you saw Jerry Jones kind of tumbling behind you?
It was a little bit harrowing, a little bit, and it was right behind my chair. I was wondering what I did, and so I just wanted to make sure that I could help him in case he fell. But Jerry's a graceful athlete, even at his age. So that contact balance was really, really good, and I was surprised, man. He used some upper body strength to hold himself up and go shake the president's hand all in one motion. So that's smooth athleticism.
That was incredible. I'm like, I don't know if he tripped over the back of whose chair or who got him, but that could have been awful. The fact that it's not weakened out, are you giving him any business about his gracefulness?
No, I'm not giving him any business. I'm asking him who his trainer is to help me when I get that age.
Well, it's Jerry Jones. I just think, he just keeps going and going and going.
That's absolutely right.
Have a good rest of the draft. Will, appreciate you jumping on with us this afternoon down here in San Antonio.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Appreciate it. Will McClay, Vice President of Player Personnel for the Dallas Cowboys, here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Always good talking to Will McClay and giving us a little insight and behind-the-scenes kind of stuff. What happened last night in the war room, as they call it. I guess they still call it the war room,
Sure,
don't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they were very excited, I'm going to tell you, because there was video out when that pick was made. Goodness. Good stuff.
Love football.
Oh, I do too.
There's football tomorrow.
There is. That's right.
The San Antonio Gunslingers. They play tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock at Freeman Coliseum against Northern Arizona. We got a family 4-pack of tickets we'll give away right now. Caller number 9, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
And when we come back, we are going to get you ready for the Spurs-Blazers Game 3 tonight. Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. That's next, right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And I'm going to tell you, a good place to go and watch the game tonight, unless you're going to Portland, that is Novo Brewery. Novo Brewery, your newest sports watching destination. I'm going to tell you, this place is great. It is attached to North Star Mall. Now, I say that, and people make fun of me, but that's okay. It's got its own entrance. Or you can come through the mall and get in Novo that way as well. But it does have its own entrance, so you don't have to rely on the mall, not to mention the fact that, well, the hours are different than the mall because Novo Brewery is open late hours. They've got 8 massive LED screens, over 80 feet of LED video walls, and 60 craft beers on tap. That's an incredible deal. They've got domestic beer on tap as well. And if you haven't tried their hard kombucha, well, you need to do that. They've got that on draft. It is really good stuff. And then there's the food. The food is fantastic. They've got everything from wings to burgers to sandwiches to ribeye steaks. My go-to is the picanha skewers. I love them. They are fantastic. Melt in your mouth. That good. It really is. You can bring your family. They've got a kids' play area. So if you want to take the kids out or maybe you and the wife want to go and she wants to go shopping while you're watching the game, she can do that as well. It is a fantastic place, and I promise if you go once, it's going to become part of your sports watching rotation. Very first location in Texas, by the way, and it is just a great place to go. Go check them out. If you do, you will return. NovoBrew.com is how you can check them out online. That's NOVO Brew.com.
People, they're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing. Or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals. And squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
Fiesta with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse with party-worthy promos. Through the end of April, take $150 off the American-made Real Truck Undercover Ultraflex truck bed cover. Call or visit with promo code BLITZ to save $100 with free install. That's $999 installed on most Silverado, Ram, or F-150 5.5-foot bed Ultraflex covers. 200 in stock. No wait. Shop local with NAW. Family operated since 1978 on Culebra or online at nawtruck.com.
Mom deserves more than flowers and a card. Enter to win the JTV Mother's Day Getaway at jtv.com/sweepstakes. You could win a 6-night cruise to Grand Cayman, Mexico, and the Bahamas, plus $1,000 spending money and a $1,000 gift card to shop JTV. It's a mom's dream come true. Enter the JTV Mother's Day Getaway now at jtv.com/sweepstakes. And new customers receive a one-time $25 off of a purchase of $50 or more.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains April 24th through the 27th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Furnished by IntelliBrands.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new patented Legsercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
Using Legsercise made walking painless again.
Legsercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
I have much less swelling and no more tingling.
Call right now and order your very own Legsercise Pro, the new proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now.
These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. It's 2. And then we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the Morning Huddle and cash in with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
It is a big Friday night for your San Antonio Spurs. Game 3 between the Spurs and the Blazers up in Portland. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
This is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Every weekday game night, The Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. From insiders to an in-depth preview of tonight's game, this is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source. Beyond your eyes.
Let's get ready for Game 3. It is Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. Go by and see Vision Source Castle Hills. Dr. Roel Trevino there off Northwest Military and West Avenue. Or Sitterly Vision Source and Dry Ice Center on Thousand Oaks near Jones Maltzberger. And you look at the question of the day, which we still don't have an answer. Is Wemby going to be available for tonight's Game 3?
Yeah, we don't have that answer. What we do know, though, he was at shoot-around today. And then once the interviews were over with the media was kicked out so Wemby could go through the protocols. And what did Michael C. Wright call it? Exertion test. Exertion test.
Which is part of the steps. And obviously that sounds wind sprints, heavy running, and how do you react? Nausea, headache, dizzy, whatever those symptoms are, which also kind of explain a little bit why it's taking so long to get any kind of update, because I'm sure it's not just immediate. It's a couple hours later.
Sure.
Are you feeling okay? And again, it's hard to imagine with the way we saw him fall on Tuesday that he would be even close to being available tonight. But mild concussion, symptoms didn't get worse, and they wouldn't be at this part of the protocol if listed as questionable, not doubtful, not out. Last night's injury report was questionable, so there's a likely chance that if things went well today that you'll see Vic on the floor tonight.
That could very well happen, and it's interesting that you say that, Jason, because I just looked at my app here, and that line has San Antonio up 3.5 points now. That started at 1.5, and I think what you're seeing there is gamblers are gambling that Wemby's going to play tonight.
Well, and again, I think if you see it, if you're thinking Spurs, you're by now. Because if he's out there, you figure that line's going to go back to 7.5. There was one of the odds makers said after the Game 2 injury that the line would have been Spurs minus 7.5 if Vic were going to play, and at the time it was Spurs minus 1.5. So without Vic, I don't know, right? It's like seeing him get on the plane yesterday. I guess the intention is he is going to play at some point in Portland. Will it be tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he goes if there wasn't a chance he was going to play in one of these games. Again, I just don't see how it's possible he's going to play tonight. Again, we'll wait for the doctors. If they clear him, obviously he's going to put on a uniform and he'll play. Whether Mitch Johnson limits his minutes at all or if he's cleared to play and everything looks okay, you roll him out there and play him as normal. But again, I will still be shocked if I see Wemby in a uniform tonight playing in Game 3 of this series. Who knows, but I will be shocked.
Now, let's look at it two ways. Series is tied 1-1. Without Vic, the Spurs had a 14-point lead built in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to go, they're up 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And they blow that lead. This is a group with their, pick your cliche, all hands, everybody step up, next man up, man, whatever the case is, we know this is still a really, really good basketball team without Wemby. They've won a lot of games this year. Their record without Wemby this year, I believe, is 12-6.
That's correct.
If you with the mindset, like I hope that Mitch Johnson has a game plan ready in case Vic is not available. And I'm sure that he does. And I'm sure those players all know this is what the plan is going to be. Last game, especially in the fourth quarter, a lot of funky rotations, foul trouble, and guys were tired, but they still had a 14-point lead. I don't think this team lacks confidence, but Portland has got to be sky high with their confidence, and going home, it's going to be crazy inside their arena tonight. The old saying, weather the storm, I don't know, and Vic was still healthy at the time, if the Spurs can have a worse start than they did to Game 2, yet as bad as that first quarter was, they managed to somehow have a 1-point lead at the end of one.
It was a horrible start for the Spurs in Game 2. And you're right. They came back and took the lead before the end of the first quarter, and then obviously Wemby goes down, and that's when things got sketchy. But again, the Spurs can play against this Trailblazers team without Victor on the floor, and they should be able to win this game. They should have won the other game. We should be talking about a possible 3-0 lead for the Spurs and going for the sweep on Sunday, but it didn't work out that way. It's going to be interesting because, look, if you're looking at this game, if Wemby does not play, De'Aaron Fox has got to say, all right, get on my back, and I've got to take you home, and that's the way that it's got to be. He's got to play better. He didn't play well in the fourth quarter of that game too. He's got to play better. He's the leader. He's the guy, and so it all falls on him as far as I'm concerned to get this team where they need to be, and that's with a Game 3 win.
So you think De'Aaron Fox has got to be the key tonight?
De'Aaron Fox, if Wemby doesn't play, yes, I do. I think he has to be. Now, Harrison Barnes is going to play. Dylan Harper's going to play. They've been cleared, and Mitch Johnson all but said so today. Those guys are in. So the Spurs will be at full strength without Wemby.
Well, and again, I look at a guy like Luke Cornett. He's obviously going to get a lot more playing time tonight. Dude looked gassed in the fourth quarter the other night. And again, you're not replacing Vic.
No.
I mean, you're not. But Luke is going to have a solid game, and somehow Mitch needs to manage his minutes to where he's got that energy in the fourth quarter, that he's not completely spent. And again, you paid Fox all that money. He's supposed to be that guy, the 1-2 punch. I'm with you. He needs to step up. Steph Castle and Devin Vassell hitting their threes, because in losses this year throughout the regular season, when they weren't good from three-point shooting, they didn't win a whole lot of games. And you can say that about just about every NBA team. And like we talked about on Wednesday, I wasn't mad at the shots or the shot selection that they were taking while that 14-point lead evaporated. They were good looks. They just didn't go down.
Well, and hopefully that will change tonight. But, again, Cornette was gassed. I think a lot of the players were a little bit tired. And playoff basketball is different. And we've been saying that for a long time, and it's obvious to anybody that has watched playoff basketball. It is just different. It's more physical. And it takes a little more out of you than just a regular season game does. And we saw the effects of that on the Spurs the other night. And I think one reason why they were missing shots, a lot of those shots ended up short. And that's just pure fatigue. Julian Champagne's got to shoot better. I mean, they've relied on this young man for all season long to hit those shots from the outside. He's got to be better as well. I mean, look, everybody's got to step up and be better if Wemby doesn't play. And that's the thing. The question, though, is, Jason, if Wemby doesn't play, even if he does, I mean, the Blazers showed in that first quarter that they can score on them. And the revealing part is they also showed that they can't stop anybody.
Well, I mean, that's it. And you look at, on the defensive side, Steph Castle needs to – he's played good defense. I mean, Scoot Henderson seemingly has had his 2 best games as a pro in this series. Denny has played great basketball. Steph obviously is a great defender, but Jeff McDonald has an interesting stat on Steph Castle offensively. Shooting the ball, he is 11 of 33 from the field over the first 2 games of this series. Steph Castle also has to find his shot.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. There is no doubt. It's going to be up to everybody. Everybody's going to have to share in that. Because, look, I'm not sure Scoot Henderson has another 30-point performance. But Avia didn't play all that well in Game 2.
Yeah.
So you expect him to step up a little bit. And they've got some players that can do that. So, I think the Portland team matches up decent, pretty well against the Spurs without Wemby on the floor.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Ray, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Thank you so much for taking my call, as always. Love listening to the program. Yeah, I don't think Wemby should even travel with the team. I think they're rushing him back. I feel the Spurs are capable of getting a split in Portland. I think they have enough out there. I want to see adjustments tonight from Mitch Johnson, whether it's going deeper in the rotation, playing smaller, playing some kind of zone. I want to see an adjustment tonight. Appreciate you guys taking my call.
Thank you, Ray. We appreciate the kind words. Thanks for listening. And he's right. Mitch Johnson's got to do something too. I mean, he's got to make the adjustments, put the players in the right places. Look, if you're missing shots, you're missing shots. That's not on anybody. You're just missing shots, and that happens in the NBA sometimes. And hopefully it doesn't continue and last for more than just that one game.
Well, and again, you look at Portland has already said they're going to be more physical. Spurs are going to have to match that physical or be the aggressive team. And again, Wemby's there. I know some people worried, we even go, blah, blah, blah. He wouldn't be there and going through this if they medically didn't think it was safe. And that's going to be the question until we get to, it might ultimately be a legit game time decision. It'd be interesting to see what Mitch will say in the pregame press conference, which, again, tip-off 9:30.
Be about 7 o'clock our time, maybe, or 7:30? 9:30 tip.
9:30 tip. Well, let's go. 7:30, I would imagine he'll talk 6 local, so about 8 our time.
Something like that.
Give or take.
Sure, yeah.
You know, it's generally hour and a half, 2 hours before.
That's it.
Although he goes second because they're on the road, so Tiago will go first, then he'll go, whenever. So, but even then, I don't know that Mitch would tip his hand. I'm not even sure that he should tip his hand and just say game time decision. You know, when the starters get to the scorers table, you might see them in there. Certainly going to be the biggest question, and listed as questionable, which means likely. He's not doubtful on the injury report from last night. But it's all about how he responds to the protocol testing that he went through today.
I'm curious to know, how that came out and what they do. And at some point, I want to ask somebody that's involved, what this exertion test, is it simply just running wind sprints, or is there another player in there maybe guarding him one-on-one and trying to get some stuff done? I just wonder what the criteria is for that. And then what do you look for after that? Is he dizzy? Does he feel nauseous? Are his eyes goofy? Or all of the above, I guess. And they're looking at all of it to make sure that he's okay. But an exertion test, I have to believe it's more than just running wind sprints. I would think somebody's maybe go one-on-one with him or 3-on-3 or something like that.
There's got to be something.
Yeah.
Maybe even 5-on-5. You never know. It's part of it. Tip-off tonight, 9:30, televised on Prime. Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. Of course, draft coming up here on 94.1 at 5 o'clock, so early release day for us. And despite what Stephen Jones says, the poly market is saying a 56% chance Pickens does get traded. Apparently the Chargers are now one of the favorites.
I saw that, and that would make a lot of sense for the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They could use a number one wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
It's going to be a fun day. The Cowboys only have one pick right now tonight.
Yep.
So it's go with trade rumors instead.
Absolutely. Going to be a big weekend, and we'll have it all for you on Monday. Lots of reaction coming up in the morning with the guys in the Morning Huddle or us at 2 o'clock on the Blitz. Have a great weekend.
It's on doctor's order.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
94.1 San Antonio Sports